Hi there, Mike Perez with Mastering the Young Band at MikePerezBand.com. This video is going to talk about the mini scale mode exercises in the scale and technique pages of my Essential Foundations Young Band Technique book. Mini scale modes, your students are really going to enjoy playing. In general, students like playing technique. Out of all warm-ups you do with your band, they usually get pretty excited about technique because students like to play fast. My students really enjoy the mini scale modes exercises just because they can really feel their technique building through these exercises. So I do recommend you start these at tempo 72, maybe 60, depending on your band, but I usually start at 72. And I start off identifying the key signature, identifying critical notes, and just like my other scale and technique pages, I don't allow my students to mark key signature notes or fingerings on these pages. I want them to apply their key into their scale and technique pages. Just because they get older and older, you obviously want them to mark less and less of their accidentals into their key signatures. So we start that way. And at first, we do just play through the exercise, getting them used to the exercise and getting them used to the fingerings. Once they get pretty comfortable and show a good understanding of the key signature and the exercise, then I start introducing slurs to them on these. And here's my approach that I use to the mini scale modes with slurs. So we will play just the first two measures. And what I teach them is the sequence. I'll say, okay, we're going to sequence this, and I'll either have it up on my document camera, up on the screen, or I'll have it on my board. I'll have it somewhere. That way students get used to this sequence. Here's what we do. We play the first two measures. The first time, we slur all two measures. Da. I'll have them do that a few times, get used to just slurring the entire thing. So they're only tonguing the first note. Step two of the sequence is to slur four notes at a time. So they'll go tongue, slur, 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 tongue, slur, 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 tongue. And I do have them tongue that half note. We do that a couple times, get used to that slur four pattern. Then step three of the sequence is to slur two, tongue two. Tongue, slur, tongue, 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 slur, tongue, tongue, tongue. And we do that several times. The fourth step of the sequence is to tongue all of it. Tongue, 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 touch. Once they understand the sequence, then we play it straight through. So they'll go to step one, tongue, slur, 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 slur. Tongue, slur, 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 tongue, slur, 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 tongue. Tongue, slur, tongue, 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 slur, tongue, tongue, tongue. Tongue, 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 tongue. Then we'll move on to measures 3 and 4. Tongue, slur, 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 and so on. So we'll do two measures where we go through all four steps of the sequence. Next two measures go through all four steps of the sequence, and we just keep going. Now, when you're doing this repetitive work like this, it does become a bit of a chop buster, especially on your brass, depending on their range. Don't feel like you have to go through the entire exercise when going through this sequence. Maybe you start when it gets to the 5th scale degree, maybe getting into that measure 7, 8, or 9, 10 area. Don't feel like you have to do the whole thing. You certainly can, but just working on their slurs that way really helps them to develop that articulation technique with their tongue and slur. When they are slurring, constantly remind them, push that air. They should not lose volume or tone quality when slurring. They have to push their air to not lose that. So that's an approach I take to those mini scale modes. I hope your students enjoy playing them as much as mine do. You know how it is with young band students. You'll call something up and they'll either groan, get excited, or do nothing. Usually when I say, okay, go to mini scale modes, they're like, yes. You get those kids, they really enjoy playing the faster notes. So when you do get more advanced students, like your third year students, you can also play these exercises twice as fast. You can set the metronome at tempo 60, make it go da 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 dum da 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 dum. So they play it twice as fast. So again, some strategies on how to use those mini scale mode exercises with your young band.